I have been involved in a lot of different organizations here in Texas. I've participated in a number of actions here in Texas. I serve as a spiritual advisor for two men on death row, one of which was scheduled to be executed recently until his case received a stay, Paul Story. And, as we sit here the day after Easter, what a time to be having this conversation. I could talk about the money. I could talk about class. I could talk about the exonerations. I could talk about a whole lot of things. But what is important to me is Jesus. How in the world can we have a legislature made up of all kinds of people who profess to be Christians and then get to this issue and want to kill people? I remember a time when Jesus was at an execution. There was a woman caught in adultery. At the time, adultery was a capital offense. She was slung at the feet of the Pharisees, and the Pharisees were ready to kill her. Jesus didn't come up and put the needle in. Jesus didn't come up and flip the switch. Jesus placed his body between the woman and those who would condemn her. So I invite you to think about where Jesus would be on this day. For those who refuse to move forward with the abolition of the death penalty, know that you're going to have to step over Jesus to do it. Know that the very body of Jesus is lying there. You see, at the end of the day, Jesus tells us to love our neighbor as ourselves. How in the world are you going to love your neighbor and kill them? You see, that's the baseline for whether we're going to do this or not. And I hope that those of you who claim to be Christians will follow Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. I appreciate it.
Y'all got any questions? All right.
Probably a lot, but we might want to ask you privately.
I thought that was pretty clear.